Later in 2002, Barth, the scientist, defines the culture as follows, which is quite similar to the definitions which have been given before. A school culture is a complex pattern of norms. Norms means the way the thing is carried on in any action that has been displayed in the school in order to carry out a function. Attitudes, beliefs, behaviors, values, ceremonies. There is an addition of ceremonies here, traditions and myths that are deeply ingrained in the very core of the organization. So, this definition is somewhat very close to the definition of the culture of some community schools or some religious schools as well, because the myths and the ceremonies, they will be the part of a culture, mostly in a religious school or a community school where the ceremonies are being held. So the school culture would be displaying a pattern of norms, the way the actions are being carried out, the way things are being done, the attitudes of the students, the staff, and the teachers. The beliefs could be the religious beliefs or the social beliefs. Behaviors, what are the behaviors of the students, would be reflected by the behaviors of the teachers and also the behavior of the school administration. So that will be considered to be a part of the culture. Also, traditions. There are some schools which keep their traditions alive by having those traditions displayed and most of the time talked about in the school, in the classroom, amongst the meetings, and also amongst the other staff of the school. The myths. There are some myths in certain sectors of the country or the society where people follow certain myths that these things are going to happen in the same way they were happening 10 years before because of certain reasons. All these are deeply ingrained in the very core of the organization. So the organization has all these ingrained in their policies and in their actions and in their displays, so that all these things are practiced regularly in the school. And when these are practiced regularly, that means that is the culture of that school. So by looking at all these definitions, we come to conclude that there are so many things which are involved in a culture. So a culture is not something which can be just defined in one sentence. It is having so many things in it. It is having beliefs, values, actions, attitude, how the things are prioritized, what are the ceremonies which are held, are they only holding national ceremonies, are they holding religious ceremonies, or are they holding all the ceremonies, whether they are religious, whether they are linked to the community, or they are linked to religion, beliefs, social, national. So that all is going to make up the culture of the school. So that is not one thing which we will be including in culture, rather it is a whole setup of things. And that leaves us the thought that it is not very easy to abolish the culture from the school system. Every school will have something to do with the culture. There will be some elements which will be related to the culture of the school. And as an organizational structure, these things will be taken as responsibilities of the school if they are maintaining that culture. Most of the time, the culture, as it is said, is very obvious to the community members and they have a good understanding of it because most of the community members are also the parents whose children are going to that school. And they quite well are aware of what is happening in the school and what is the culture of the school. In any case, This is the latest definition that we have from Barth in 2002, but all these definitions, they come up to the same conclusion that the values, beliefs, and the traditions are all a part of the culture that the school develops with the help of parents, teachers, community, school staff, and students themselves. So it is a contribution of every member in the community and the school which builds up the culture of the institution in order to make it significant in the society and to bring a name to the school.